Here's your nourishing recipe from the NutriFit kitchen featuring our superfood today, kale. And as we know, kale is just one of many vegetables that have some fabulous health properties, but this is a real superstar. First of all, kale is easy to grow, and I'm for anything that's easy to grow because even houseplants are not easy for me. But you can grow kale in a little earth-friendly pot. You can grow kale in the ground. There's lots of different varieties, but it just needs good sun, lots of water, good soil, and you can produce your own kale. But if you're going to buy it, this is what you're looking for. These dark, curly leaves, and kale comes in different colors. It comes in dark green, it comes in red. There's blue kale now, a Tuscan blue kale. Basically, they all have these very curly leaves, and yes, this is what they put on the hamburger plates underneath the, slice of tomato and onion. If it looks like a garnish, it's because it's often used that way, but it is so edible and so good for you. And the best thing about it, inexpensive and easy to make. So what do you look for when you're buying kale in the market? First, these good texture. The leaves should have a little crunch to them. They shouldn't be wilted. They shouldn't be yellow. That's not one of the colors of kale that nature made. That's an old bunch of kales. So you're going to look for kale that is crisp and brightly colored. And be aware that, as it is with all of the dark leafy greens, when you're cooking with kale, it's going to shrink quite a bit. So you're going to start with what you think is more than you need to end up with just the right amount. You chop the kale pretty finely. Kale does take a little while to cook, so the smaller you make the leaves, the faster it's going to cook. And wash it really, really, really well, because there is soil that gets in those crinkly little parts of the leaves, and you want to make sure you get everything out that doesn't look like kale, because trust me, if it looks like dirt, it is dirt. So wash it, rinse it, and when you're ready to go, you're going to heat a pan over medium to high heat. When the pan is hot and you can feel the heat coming off of it, you're going to add in a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. Now, it doesn't matter whose brand of extra virgin olive oil you use. We know that as long as it's called extra virgin, it's going to be superior quality, because the Italian classification system for olive oil was based on extras and virgins. Who knew that the Italians would put more extras and more virgins in the title to indicate a purer product? Make sense? Yeah, so extra is more pure than just regular olive oil, and virgin is better than light olive oil. And by the way, speaking of light olive oil, it's not light in fat. It's not light in calories. It's light in flavor. And it's certainly not light in price. So if you're going to invest in olive oil, invest in one that says extra virgin. Put a drop of it in your pan. You don't need much. And then immediately your washed kale right into that hot pan. Wow, that is great. Give it a quick saute. You may want to add a little bit of water to it, just to give it, you don't want to have to use too much oil. And now it's time for the seasoning. We're going to add into our kale turmeric. This salt and sugar-free spice blend, which is one of NutriFit's 6 signature blends, one that I designed myself, has some of the best, healthiest seasonings in the world in the bottle, all mixed up for you, ready to go. It's called Rockin Moroccan. It's got cinnamon, which we know lowers blood pressure. It's got turmeric, which is an antiseptic, antibacterial powerhouse spice, and about 10 other herbs and spices. No salt, no sugar, no preservatives, lots and lots of flavor. And it's based on sort of the North African part of the world. So it has a little clove, a little cumin, some of that going on in there. So we put the seasoning in, and then it's just a matter of letting that kale cook till it is as wilted as you like it. Now, I like my kale pretty tough. I mean, I like to get my teeth into it, you know. I'm not looking for soft, wilted vegetables. If you like it better cooked, you just leave it in a little longer. You might even add a little bit more water to it. That way the pan doesn't burn. But you let that kale cook, season it, and when it's ready to go, here's another thing you want to remember about kale. And that is that kale is high in iron, as are many dark leafy greens. Now, how do you deal with the body not loving the iron that comes from plant foods? Because we know the body loves meat iron, heme iron. And the iron that's found in kale is plant iron, so non-heme iron. Well, we're going to trick the body into absorbing all the iron in that kale by adding in one food that is very high in vitamin C. And there's nothing that makes me happier than adding tomatoes into anything, because I love tomatoes. So add in some tomatoes, and what happens? Magic. The vitamin C in the tomatoes unlocks the iron in the plant food and allows the body to take up 3 times more of the iron than it would otherwise absorb, just by adding in that high vitamin C ingredient. Now, if you're one of those people for whom tomatoes are like, oh, no thank you, she was fine till she went to the tomatoes, then she kind of lost me. You can add in strawberries, you can put a lot of lemon juice in, you can add in oranges. There's a lot of ways to get vitamin C into this dish. Red bell peppers would be another good choice, maybe some carrots. But you want to unlock the iron in that plant food by adding in that high vitamin C ingredient. And it's a good tip to remember for all of your high iron foods. So that's it for our kale. It's a super great ingredient. It's part of a whole family of dark leafy greens that have wonderful fiber, that have good vitamin A, vitamin C, good isoflavonoids and other phytochemicals that help protect our body against certain forms of cancer. It's very helpful for heart disease. Truly, having a high fiber diet helps to regulate blood sugar, so it's good for diabetes management as well. You just can't go wrong with kale. If you enjoyed that, just wait, because my next guest, Patricia Greenberg, is going to be here with a whole table full of superfoods. For more Food Exposed, check me out on emPOWERme.tv. And until next week, remember, make food your best friend and exercise your companion for life.